Hello team, my name is Ayushman Dubey. I'm a BTech graduate and now I am pursuing full stack data science course from Elma Better School. I just completed my capstone project, number one capstone project for the Airbnb bookings analysis. So here is a small presentation about my project. So I want to introduce the company Airbnb. So Airbnb is an American company which works for the tourism activities and lodging. So suppose you have a place, the place you want to give on a rent, and second person who wants a place to stay on a rent. So Airbnb just works like a bridge between the owner and the customer. So Airbnb primarily provides homestays for the vacation rentals. Now the question comes that how we can access the Airbnb bookings. So what we can do, we can access the platform via website and mobile apps. Nowadays, Airbnb became so popular and first choice to rent a place for the customers. Now moving to the next slide. So here it is a summary of my project, that what I did in my project. So I just analyzed the data set which was provided by the Airbnb company, and I just found out some factors which impacted the price of a place. I have used pandas, seaborn, and numpy libraries of Python to just visualize my data, and I did some coding also, and I just found out some key relation and customer basic requirements, that what are the preferences of the customer when they are choosing or when they want to book a place. Next, what I did some basic statistics analysis on the data set, and at the last, I concluded my project with some points. Next one is what was the problem statement was given by the company. So since 2008, guests and the host have used Airbnb to expand on traveling possibilities and present a more unique, personalized way of experiencing the world. Today, Airbnb became one of a kind service that is used and recognized by the whole world. Data analysis on millions of listings provided through Airbnb is a crucial factor for the company. These millions of listings generate a lot of data. Data can be analyzed and used for security, business decisions, understanding of customers and providers, behavior, and the performance of the platform, guiding marketing initiative, implementation of innovative ideas, additional services, and much more. So, in this data set, around 49,000 observations were there, with the respective 16 columns were there. So, all the data was the mixture of a categorical values and the numerical values. Next thing is what was my approach to solve this problem. So just I analyzed the data. I just found out some factors which I listed here, that length of stay, how much time a family want to stay in that place, the number of adults, the number of children. These are the factors. These are some factors which affect the price also. Now talking about the hotel industry, it is a very volatile industry. It just depends on the bookings, and the bookings just depend on the factors. So what I did in that data set, I just explored the data set and raises up some questions and get the answer by analyzing the data. So here was the data set which was given by the Airbnb company, which was provided by the Capstone project, which was provided by the Elma Better website. So here it is Airbnb NYC's comma separable values. So here you can see some columns are there, like host ID, host name, neighborhood group, neighborhood, latitude, longitude, and around 49,000 entries are there. Means 49,000 rows are there. So here it is a glimpse of the data set. Next was what steps I followed. First, I understood the data. What was in the data? What are the things which are presented in the data? Then I cleaned the data, because human error may present in that data. Suppose while when they will when team who just created the data set were making the data set, maybe entered the wrong values in the number of reviews, or in any column. Suppose number of reviews are there, zero makes a sense, means suppose a new place is there, no booking still now is and no person has booked that place till now. So maybe zero makes a sense, but negative integer does not make a sense. Suppose they entered -9 there as a number of reviews, so it does not make a sense. So human error may present. So I just cleaned up the data. Next, what I did, exploratory data analysis on the data set, raises up some reason up some questions, and just got the answers from the doing the analysis on the data. Based on that answers, I just plotted some visualizations by using bar plot, scatter plot, correlation plot, then stem plot. So now at the last concluded the project with some points. Next, what is EDA variation? So three types of variations are there: univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, and multivariate analysis. For talking about univariate analysis, it is analysis of only one variable. We are just analyzing one variable. Next was bivariate analysis. Two variables are comparing, means I did comparison between two variables. Next is multivariable analysis. So I just compared the multiple values. So all the three types of analysis, either univariate, bivariate, multivariate, all the three types of variation just I analyzed and just I used in my project. Next, talking about the data description. So here is the exact number of rows and columns. Around 48,895 rows were there and 16 columns were there. Here, this name of the all 16 columns. That first one was ID, unique ID of that place, name of the place. Next one, host ID, who is the owner and the owner ID, host name, owner name. Next, neighborhood group, location of that place, neighborhood column, area of that place, latitude and longitude. So latitude and longitude numeric values, you know. The next one, the room type, types of listing, whether it is shared room, personal room, or else it is apartment. Next was the price, how much the owner is charging for the for the night. Next one is minimum nights. How much minimum nights to be paid for? Suppose owner is charging $80 for 2 nights, means $40 per night they are charging. So it is of price is 80, minimum nights are 2. So this type of the values are there. Next one is number of reviews. How many number of reviews, the overall reviews they got till date. Next one, last review. When the last review was given by the customer on their website. Next, reviews per month, how many reviews they are getting per month. Next one was the calculated host listing counts, total count of the host. Next one was availability 365. What are the days and how much days around the year they are available. Suppose they are available for 100 days, so 100 out of 365 they are available. So that was the availability of that place. Next, what I did, data cleaning. So talking about the human error, that may while when they were making the data set, may they entered the wrong value. So I just replaced all the NN values, because some NN values are there, non-numerical values, which just leads to the missing data, which just means the missing data is present there. NaN. And NaN does not make a sense, because when we are doing an arithmetic operation, zero makes a sense because zero is an integer, but NaN is not an integer, it is a non-numeric value. So we cannot do any operation if any NaN values is present. So for doing the analyzation, visualization, and for the arithmetic operation, I have to just replace all the NaN values with zero. So I did some coding part here. You can see here that replacing all the null values with the zero. So reviews per month were there. Last review was there. Just I replaced all the things with zero. Now the question comes that why we have not changed, why just we have changed the value to zero only, why we have not changed the value to the median or mean point, because mean point is also present for the price. So the reason was, if suppose the price of mean price is 150 in the data set, so I just suppose I just replace the NN value with the 150. Now a hotel which is worth of $50 only, and by our mistake customer has to pay $150 to that owner, so it will be the loss to the customer, and it just impacts the uh, it will be like a bad impact for the company also. Next, suppose a hotel which is worth of $250, and by our mistake the customer is paying 150, so it will be a loss for the company. So that's why I just replaces all the NN values with the zero. Next one is objectives. So these are some questions which just came in my mind, and I got the answers of these questions by analyzing the data. Like which hotel is available with the highest prices. I did comparison of reviews and prices. Bivariate analysis is here. Overall price plot by correlation. The multivariate analysis is here. Summary of price. The univariate analysis is I did in this objective. Now, how many hotels Sonder have in Manhattan? So just these are 11 objectives which I worked on. So first, talking about the basic steps that what I did. So first, I just mounted the drive. The drive because I was working in Google Colab Notebook, so I just have to mount the drive first. Then I have to work on the data set. First, I have to link the data set with my Google Colab Notebook. So here, what was the coding which I did? So working path I just defined and imported the data set. Next thing, imported the file. Then I did some basic sanity check on the dataset like head, tail, info, describe. Head method just have given the top five entries of the dataset. Tail has given the last five entries of the dataset. Next, info has given the how many columns and how many rows are present, how many null values are present in that dataset. Next, describes. So described has just given that mean, what is the mean, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the value of 25%, what is the value of 50%, what is the value of 75%. All these things were just given by the describe method. Next, here it is, the first objective. So what type of information can we get from the data set? So I just did some coding. So just group by two columns, host name, neighborhood, and just found the maximum value of calculated host listing count. Then what the result I get? Just I sorted that result in the descending order. What the output I got from from these two lines of code, that Sonder has 327 apartments in Manhattan. Blueground has 232 apartments in Manhattan. Blueground already have and also have Brooklyn, in Brooklyn 232 apartments. So here it is the graph that Manhattan has the maximum number of apartments after before Blueground. Blueground has then after Sonda, Blueground has the maximum number of apartments. Next, second one is what can we analyze from this data set? So again, group by I used group by command I have used, and the uh, two columns were there: neighborhood group and number of reviews. Maximum I have taken just grouping by them, and here is the result that Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, the highest number of reviews. Just Queens area got the highest number of reviews, means Queens area has high density for the rental places. So here was the output of my second objective. So here it is the chart. Here you can see that Bronze has approximately 315, Brooklyn has nearly 500, Manhattan has nearly 600, Queens already I said that 629 Queens have, and Staten Island has 300 reviews. So what was the result of this objective? That Queens has the maximum number of reviews. Now going to the third, that comparison of reviews and prices. I just did a comparison, small comparison between reviews and prices. You here again I did some coding, grouping by the just grouping the price and number of reviews. And here you can see the price is 0, price is 10, 11, 12, 13. A human error is there. 95 reviews are there, but price is 0. Although maybe although while cleaning the data, I just replaced the NN values with the 0. Maybe that thing has impacted here. So what the output I got from uh, doing this analysis. Here it is a scatter plot and the correlation between number of reviews and price. So after analyzing these two graphs, I just came to know about a trend that most people chooses to stay in a place where price is very low. People just prefer the price very low, and just they prefer that how much ratings or how much reviews has been given by the another customer to that place. Moving to the next, which hotel is available with the highest price? Although we know that so many places were there, but what was the highest price and what was the availability of that around the year? What was the availability of that hotel or place? So I just coded for loop there, and again grouped by the price availability 365. and what I got to know that the maximum price of a place is 10,000, and its availability around the area it is 83, 83 out of 365. So here you can see that just I plotted a scatter plot here between the price and availability, and I found out that highest hotel has the price of 10,000 with the availability of 83 days. Next, which locations are more populated? So the busiest host means I want to just know who are the busiest host. So I just again did some coding grouping by the host name, host ID, room type here, and just sorted them in the descending value. And what I came to know about that Donna, JJ, Maya, Carol, Daniel, all these hosts which have the room type like private room have the maximum number of reviews. Donna has 629, JJ has 607, Maya has 543, Carol has 504, sorry, 540, and Daniel has 510. Next, what was the graph of here? It is a stem plot. So here you can see that Zona has a maximum number of reviews. So here you can see that room busiest these host listed room type as entire home or private room, which is the most preferred by the most number of peoples. The people who just give preference to the private room. Next, sixth one, types of hotel. Already we know that shared rooms are there, apartments are there, and private rooms are there. But I want to just know the countings, means how much, what is the count of shared rooms, what is the count of entire home, and what is the count of private room. So here you can see Manhattan has around 13,200 apartments, and Brooklyn has around 10,200 private rooms. So I did just a coding between two columns, neighborhood group, room type, and minimum nights with the count. So here it is a graph of my sixth objective. So what the information I got from this graph, that entire home, apartment, or private room which are located in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, people are choosing that only. People are just giving preference to Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens. Next, seventh one. So I already we know that Manhattan has the maximum number of rental places, but I want to know that which place has the least number of rental place. So I just created a one more thing, that grouping by the neighborhood group count, and I just arranged that in a descending order. Next thing, what I came to know about what was my output. So Staten Island has the 188 private rooms. Staten Island has the 176 apartment. Staten Island has the 9 shared rooms. So among all five, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, and Bronx, Staten Island has the least number of places to give on our end. So here you can see Manhattan is around 13,000, then Brooklyn is there, Queens, Bronx, but Staten Island has the minimum number of hotels or minimum numbers of the rental places. So what I can suggest to the company, that company should open more hotel in the Staten Island with packages with which they can give to the customers with the discount packages, so that so that customer will be attracted to Staten Island more. Next, eighth number. So, how many hotels Sonder have in Manhattan? We already know that Sonder has the maximum number of hotels around these all five places, but I want to know that how many number of hotels that they have in Manhattan. So I again did some coding part, and what I came to know about that Sonder NYC has the 210 apartments in the financial district, and same city in the location of Murray Hills. Sonder NYC has 50 apartments. So what I came to know, that Sonder NYC among all the hosts, they have very high number of entire home or apartment renting places. Next, it is a univariate analysis. See here, summary. So I just did analysis on summary. So here it is a count that 48,895 count is their mean. I already talked about the 150 mean. So here it is a mean of 152. Standard deviation is 250. Minimum is 0, 25% is 69, 50% is 106, 75% is 175. Maximum price is 10,000. So I did an analysis on summary. So here it is a summary. So as you can see in this plot that 10 the maximum price is 10,000, and the range of the average price just lies between 100 to 500. So maximum price is 1,000. Here you can see in this plot. Next, 10th one. So comparison of neighborhood and reviews. So I just did a small comparison that which area has the maximum number of reviews. So what I came to know that Brooklyn has maximum number of reviews 4,552. Manhattan has less number than Brooklyn, which is 4109. So what I did in this, what was the condition, what based that on which condition I just did the comparison. So how many number of reviews they have? More than 30 means suppose a host which has 25 reviews. I have not considered that column. I have just considered those columns only which have the number greater than 30. So here you can see a graph that Brooklyn has the maximum number of reviews with the neighborhood, then Manhattan, followed by Manhattan, Queens, and Bronx is Staten Island. Staten Island because the Staten Island has the least number of rental places. Now, what is the conclusion that hotels which will have the good review will attract the customer more. The hotel which have the good rating will attract the customers. Next, the last one, but not the least, that overall price plot by correlation. I use the candle method and I did all the just comparison between all the variables in one go. So let's have a look on that. So here it is a plot of correlation between different variables. So here you can compare each and every value with the other columns like longitude you can compare with the latitude, you can compare the price with the minimum night, and review per month you can compare with the availability. And why the diagonal is one? Because id is compared by the id itself, host id is compared with the host id itself. That's why the diagonals are uh, have the value 1, but the others values are changed. So here you can compare each and every value with other one. So this was the heat map. Next is conclusion is there. So I just want to conclude my project with some points that the people who prefer to stay in entire home or apartment, they are going to stay a bit longer in that particular neighborhood locations only. And the people who chooses to get accommodation private room, they don't want to stay longer, as in the comparison of private room to home or apartment, they just give preference to the private room only. Most of the people just prefer to pay according to condition of the hotel. Just they look up on the sanitation of that place, the customer service of that place, ratings of the place, reviews of the place, parking spaces available or not. So moving to the next, if there are more number of reviews for the particular neighborhood group, that means that place is a tourist destination because the flow of customers will be very high in that place. Next, areas where less branches are there. Company must open more hotels in those places. Already I listed that Staten Island has the least number of branches, so company must open more number of rental places there. Next, neighborhood groups must say to must just ask the customer to give a review on their website, so that because why? Because other customer decides to stay according to the reviews. If a customer has given a good ratings and good reviews to a rental place, second person will also see that and he or she will choose that place only, because already first one has another one has given the good rating to that place. Next one, the hotel which will have the good reviews will be attract the customer more. The hotels must provide the holiday packages to the customer at adequate rate, which attract the customer. They can provide the 3 days and 2 night packages. Just I said that for $80 they are providing two night stay. So they can provide the 3 days and 2 night packages at the adequate rate, which with the discount, so that customer will be more attracted to that their places. To work on the infrastructure, beautification part, and administration to increase the flow of the customer. Parking, because there are some choices with with the customer. They just want to see the beautification of that place. They just want to see parking space of that place. They just want to see according to their comfortness whether they will be comfort, whether they will be in comfort zone or not. Next, the last but not the least, to categorize the range of the suit and added it to giving the best customer service to increase the global rating of the hotel. Because already I said the hotel which will have the good reviews, good rating will attract the customer more. Okay, so here it was my project which I did on the Airbnb booking analysis. My first capstone project. So I hope you all liked it, and thank you for listening me very patiently. And thank you so much for just giving me chance to present my work. That's all from my side, and thank you so much. I hope you will like and appreciate my work. Thank you.